Hi guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do some Photoshop batch processing, which is basically performing actions in Photoshop, say to a bunch of images that you automatically can change and then resave them. So basically the best way is to show you how it's done. Up here I've got the window actions open, which is kind of part of it. Okay, if you haven't got your Windows actions open, you can go up to Windows and tick Actions in here. Okay, so I'm going to open up I'm going to open up my first image in a folder that I have on the desktop called Pics. Somewhere on the desktop there, they are there. And you can see there's a number of images in here. They're all large images. They're probably all the same. I haven't actually checked. But what I want to do is change these images. So I'm going to select this first image here, like so, and it's a picture of the Grand Canyon. And what I want to do is I want to change the size of all those images and then put them into another folder and do it quite simply. So I'll show you how you do it. With your actions open, you can see there's some default actions in here. If you look down the bottom, much like the layers panel, you'll see this guy here where you can say create a new action. Well, I'm going to call this Resize Test. Okay, so that's the name of the action. And if you have a look here, it's got default actions. We just go simply record. So now anything that happens right now is recording in Photoshop, and the idea is that you can easily do a bunch of actions in Photoshop, a bunch of pictures with the actions. So there's a big red button here, record button. So anything I do now, it's going to save it in this list here. So what I want to do with my images is make them smaller and resize them all to the same size so I can use them in a photo gallery. So if I go up to image and I go to image size, so anything I'm going to be doing, it's going to record it. But I want to change the image size to a different dimension. I want it in pixels, but I want to change the dimension. So I've got some different sizes in here I could use, and one of them I can see right now is this one here. Now the image is 3,264 pixels by 2,000. It's quite a large image, and this will save it as a reasonably large image as it is. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm simply going to select that, and I want the resolution the same and everything there the same, and I'll just go OK. And you'll see now that the actual image got smaller in Photoshop, and it's actually changed it. And over in my actions, it's recorded image size has been changed. Okay, so now I've resized the image. I'm still recording here. I'm now going to go up to File, Save As, and I have a folder already there on my desktop called Test. I'm going to save it in this folder, and I'm going to call this Test and save it as a JPEG in there. So if I hit save, this comes up like this, and I'll go, that's quality is fine, so I'll go 8's okay, and I'll go save. So now you see that I've resized an image and saved the image in that folder. So now I've done a complete loop. So I've done everything I want to this image. Let me just see if it's in there. Yeah, where is it? Test. It's over here. I chucked it over here. And there's my little image there. In there, properties, details. There you go. That's 1366 by 1025. So you can see that it's saved at that size for me. And now that we've done this whole loop, we'll now stop the recording by hitting the stop sign here, and the red button goes off. Okay, so now we've done that whole thing. Now we're going to begin the batch processing. So you go up to File, go to Automate, and go to Batch. Okay, so then you get this batch window open up. So you want it default action, because that's what it is. You go in here and you choose the action that you're going to use, and you can see there's all these other actions, but we've got our resize test there, which should just automatically open like that. The source is from a folder, so you go and find out where the original pictures that you want to resize are. So if I went to choose, mine are on the desktop, and they're called pics. I'll go OK. Okay, so then we don't want to check this one or this one, but we do want to check these two here, which is the suppression file. It's dialogues come up and stuff, so I can stop it from actually automating it. So just check those two guys there. So for destination, we're going to, we want a folder, and we need to go and find that folder or tell it where it is, and mine is test. Yep, that's right. It's getting the pictures from pics. And then you can have document name. If you have a look here, you can give it like, so if you give it four-digit serial number, it will start off with 1 and just go along like that with a couple of zeros and 1. So it's not a bad way of going. So 4-digit serial number, and we go OK. And away it goes, doing it all for me already, resizing all those pictures. And if I just minimize Photoshop and have a look in my test folder, I have now all my pictures. And if I just right click on one of them and open with the Windows Photo Viewer, see it's not a bad photo either, and I can click on properties, and in my properties it's saying 1366 by 1025. It's done exactly what I want. So that's how you can actually use batch file and do a whole heap of files all in one hit by recording your work in actions here. Cheers.